Meal kit companies came into the spotlight with a promise to transform how we cook and eat at home. The idea seems simple, but brilliant. Convenient, pre-portioned ingredients with easy-to-follow recipes delivered to your door. It felt like the perfect solution for busy people who wanted to cook without the hassle of planning or shopping. But despite an initial surge in popularity, the meal kit industry has been grappling with serious challenges. Let's rewind to a decade ago when only 13 meal kit companies were in the United States. Fast forward to today, and that number has ballooned to 382, a 300% increase. On paper, it looks like the industry is thriving, but a closer look reveals a different story. Growth in numbers doesn't necessarily mean growth in success. In 2022, nearly 90% of people who tried one of the top 5 meal delivery services canceled their subscriptions by the end of the year. That's an enormous churn rate for any industry, but it's especially problematic for meal kits, which rely on loyal and repeat customers to stay afloat. The struggle to keep customers begins with how meal kit companies attract them in the first place. The market is incredibly competitive, with major players like HelloFresh, Blue Apron, Home Chef, Sunbasket, and Marley Spoon battling for attention. Each company promises to deliver fresh, high-quality meals to your doorstep at a reasonable cost. Among them, HelloFresh leads the pack, capturing 78% of the market share in 2022. Home Chef comes in second with 12%, while Blue Apron holds 6%, and the remaining players like Sunbasket and Marley Spoon split the rest. Yet even HelloFresh, with its dominant position, faces the same fundamental problem as the others, convincing customers to stick around. To win over customers, meal kit companies rely heavily on discounts and promotional offers. You've probably seen the ads yourself. Get 16 free meals. Meals for just $1.49. These offers sound incredible, but they create a tricky situation. Companies spend a significant amount of money on these promotions to acquire new customers, but the return on that investment can take months. The math is straightforward. The minimum weekly spend for a service like HelloFresh or Blue Apron is around $60.95, which works out to $12.49 per meal before discounts. Compare that to grocery shopping, where you can buy ingredients in smaller quantities or opt for budget-friendly choices, and it becomes clear why many people hesitate to commit to meal kits long-term. For customers who do try meal kits, the shift from discounted rates to full price can be a deal-breaker. Imagine signing up for a service because it promises meals for $4 each, only to find out later that the regular price is 3 times as much. Unsurprisingly, many customers cancel their subscriptions once the promotional period ends. Brian Choi, an experienced market researcher in the food and beverage industry, explains that introducing a product at a steep discount can be a double-edged sword. While it encourages trial, it often leads to disappointment when customers have to pay full price. He also points out that American consumers are particularly sensitive to price changes, making it even harder for meal kit companies to retain customers. The convenience factor, which was once a key selling point for meal kits, is also becoming less unique. When these companies first launched, they offered a novel solution. No more grocery shopping or meal planning, just fresh ingredients and simple recipes delivered to your door. But today, grocery stores and restaurants have caught up. Many offer delivery services that bring everything from raw ingredients to fully prepared meals straight to your home. Suddenly, the convenience of meal kits doesn't stand out as much. Take Factor75, for example. Unlike traditional meal kits, Factor75 focuses on pre-made meals that require no cooking at all. Their offerings are designed for busy individuals who want healthy, ready-to-eat meals without any effort. Factor75's meals can be reheated in minutes, catering to customers who don't have time to cook but still want a nutritious option. This model directly competes with both meal kits and takeout, adding another layer of complexity to the industry. Factor75 has carved out its niche by targeting health-conscious consumers who value time and convenience. But even they face challenges in building long-term customer loyalty. Another issue for meal kits is that they don't align with how most Americans cook and eat. Studies show that the average American cooks just 4.5 meals at home per week. For many people, meal kits are simply too much of a commitment. If you're only cooking a few times a week, buying a box of pre-portioned ingredients for multiple meals might feel excessive. Companies like HelloFresh and Blue Apron have tried to address this by offering more flexible subscription options and smaller meal plans. But the core problem remains. The average customer doesn't need or want that many meals delivered to their door every week. To combat these challenges, some companies are expanding their offerings. Pre-made meals like those from Factor are becoming increasingly popular. HelloFresh has also introduced fast and fresh meals that can be prepared in 15 minutes, while Blue Apron has added options for oven-ready dishes. These new products are designed to appeal to customers who want even more convenience, but it's unclear whether they'll be enough to significantly improve retention rates. Customer retention is a critical issue for all meal kit companies, and it's one area where Blue Apron has struggled the most. Once a leader in the industry, Blue Apron has seen its revenue decline steadily since 2018. While it experienced a brief boost during the pandemic, when more people were cooking at home, that momentum didn't last. The company has been forced to scale back its operations and recently announced its sale to Wonder Group, a food delivery startup. This move marks a significant shift for Blue Apron, which is returning to private ownership in an effort to stay afloat. In contrast, HelloFresh has managed to maintain steady growth and profitability. The company's ability to scale its operations and achieve economies of scale has been a major factor in its success. By handling larger volumes of ingredients, HelloFresh can negotiate better prices with suppliers, which allows it to offer more competitive pricing to customers. Even so, HelloFresh isn't immune to the challenges facing the industry. Retaining customers remains a constant battle, and the company continues to invest heavily in marketing and product innovation to stay ahead. The competitive landscape is further complicated by the sheer number of players in the market. The barriers to entry for meal kit companies are relatively low, which is why there are so many small and medium-sized companies trying to carve out their own niches. However, scaling up to compete with giants like HelloFresh is incredibly difficult. Companies need to solve complex logistics, maintain consistent quality, and manage costs, all while trying to attract and retain customers in a crowded market. One company that has managed to stand out is Methodology, a premium meal delivery service that takes a completely different approach. Instead of offering traditional meal kits, Methodology delivers pre-made meals featuring unique ingredients like nopals and purslane. The company targets high-income customers who are willing to pay a premium for convenience and quality. With prices ranging from $17 to $30 per meal, Methodology is far more expensive than its competitors, but it has been profitable since its second year in business. The founder, Julie Nguyen, attributes this success to the company's focus on creating a lifestyle brand for its customers. Many of Methodology's clients have spent tens of thousands of dollars on the service, viewing it as an investment in their health and well-being. Despite the challenges, the meal kit market isn't disappearing anytime soon. Analysts predict that the industry could generate $64.27 billion in revenue by 2030, though some experts believe this forecast may be overly optimistic. The road ahead will likely see a consolidation of the market, with a few major players dominating while smaller companies either adapt, get acquired, or go out of business. Innovation will be key to survival, whether it's through new product offerings, improved pricing strategies, or better customer engagement. Meal kit companies will need to stay ahead of changing consumer preferences. The industry is also likely to see continued growth in pre-made meal options, as more customers look for even greater convenience. Factor75's success in this area is a clear indication that there's a growing demand for ready-to-eat solutions, especially among busy, health-conscious consumers. Ultimately, the meal kit industry is a microcosm of the broader food market, reflecting the challenges and opportunities of meeting consumer demands in an ever-changing landscape. While the promise of meal kits remains appealing, the reality is far more complex. As the industry evolves, the companies that can adapt and innovate will be the ones that thrive. For everyone else, the competition may prove too fierce to overcome. So the next time you see an ad for discounted meal kits, or consider signing up for a service like Factor or HelloFresh, remember the story behind the box. It's not just about the convenience of having dinner delivered to your door. It's about an industry racing to reinvent itself in the face of mounting challenges. While the future of meal kits is uncertain, one thing is clear. How we think about food, convenience, and cooking is changing, and meal kit companies are at the forefront of that transformation.